Hey there, it's Lindsay from Full Bloom Acres. I am the holistic nutritionist and plant-based chef over here, and I wanted to bring you into my apothecary we are in today to do a little cooking demo for you. So today what we are making is the Frosty orange smoothie from the book, The Sprout Book. So this recipe is all about harnessing the goodness and nutrition of sprouts. So if you have not read this book, definitely check it out. It's by Doug Evans. It is like the Bible for sprouting, okay? So super, super great book. This is going to be our end product here. So we're kind of working backwards from it. That's the Frosty Orange Smoothie. So the first thing that we're going to need, I have all of my ingredients laid out here. I have my high-speed blender. It's going to work best with a high-speed blender because we are using dates. Blenders don't really like dates, so you have to kind of work your way through it. This is going to work best with the high-speed blender, something like a Vitamix or something like that. So I have that ready to go. I have all of my ingredients laid out here, and I really like to do that. It makes more of a mess, I'll be honest, but what it does is it gives me a chance to make sure that I have everything in place. I didn't miss anything. You know, that's tough to do, especially when you're following a new recipe. So I like to be prepared, okay? That's a little chef trick, okay? So the first thing that we need to do, we need 3 large oranges. So just your regular orange, whatever kind of orange you want to use. We need to have them peeled and segmented. So what we're going for is looking something like this. It's just a rough segment. How I like to peel oranges, so there's a couple different ways. I think this is probably the easiest. I have a paring knife, so this is important. It's a paring knife. Don't use a steak knife or something or a chopping knife. That's going to make things really difficult for you. What you're going to do, obviously be very careful with knives. You're going to cut off a little bit of the bottom piece here of that orange. What that does is it makes a flat surface here so that your orange doesn't roll away. Then what you're going to do is working at an angle and kind of going down. You're going to just take that peel off. So again, this is getting blended, so we're not looking for a super, super detailed peel here. All we're looking for is to get that orange peel off because we don't want to be eating that. And as you can see, I'm leaving a lot of this white pith on here. That is actually full of nutrients. So again, because it's being blended, I really like to leave that on. You certainly could take it off if you want to, totally up to you. Okay, so then we're just going to make sure carefully we have all the peel off of this orange. Let's go around here, and then we're going to cut off the top here. Looks like I missed a little bit again. Rough chopping. This is nothing fancy here. I'm going to cut it in half. So we have 2 halves. I'm going to cut it again in half and then again in half, okay? So that's what we're doing for all of those pieces. Obviously keep the knife away from your fingers and kind of chop it up in there. So that's our orange, okay? That's our orange segment. And those are going to go right into your blender here. Just pop them on in there. Let me get this out of the way. We're going to actually put the rest of those oranges in there too. So again, really rough chop here. Honestly, if you have a high-speed blender like this, I don't even think I would really need to even chop it up because it's kind of such a high-speed blender. It just blends it all right up. But doing the due diligence. Okay, so then you're just going to want to add all of the other ingredients in the order that it's listed on the recipe. Make sure that we have our liquid, so our almond milk here. You're going to want to make sure that the liquid gets down to the blades because if you just have dry ingredients sitting on those blades, it's going to have a tough time mixing it all up. So just make sure of that. So this is a ½ cup of almond milk. I did put 1 teaspoon of vanilla, pure vanilla in here as well, just to make it a little bit easier for this demo. But you're going to dump that in there. So that's the almond milk and the vanilla. Then we have the dates. So dried dates, they kind of look like this. They're kind of gross looking, right? You're going to want to chop those up. Blenders, like I said, do not like dates. So going on a slow speed is going to be super helpful. Chopping it up is going to be super helpful. Still, if your blender isn't the greatest, still, even sometimes with mine, I do get chunks of dates in it. So just kind of be aware of that. We're going to plop them all in there. So those are dates. We have our turmeric. So ground turmeric, that's the orange stuff. This will stain your hands, counters everything orange. So just be careful with it. That's going in there. And then we get to our sprouts. So mung sprouts right here. These are, you might be familiar with them. They're in stir fries a lot. They are almost entirely water. That's why it's going in here, okay? So you dump it in there, get them all out. Washed my hands, of course, before we got started. And then we're going to our mild vegetable sprouts. So whatever sprout, this is a mix of clover and alfalfa. And both of these sprouts are right from the grocery store. I actually didn't sprout these myself. I didn't have any sprouts ready to go for this, but ideally as fresh as possible, okay? So those are the alfalfa sprouts. Then we're going to do carrots. Diced carrots go in there. And then I have ice cubes. So this is the thickener for it. And like I said, those mung sprouts are mostly water. So you are essentially making what seems to be a very thick smoothie right now. Once it gets blended up, it will be very, very liquidy, okay? So put as many ice cubes as you want in there, like a handful to start. Blend it all up. I'm not going to blend it here for you because it's loud, but put your top on, put the little thing in the center on, and I would start on a slow speed for about a minute. Again, that's to get those dates chopping up. And then increase it slowly until it reaches high speed for about another minute. So 2 total minutes blend time. At that point, take that lid off, try it a little bit. If it's super liquidy, go ahead and add some more ice. If it's too thick, add a little more almond milk or a little bit of water, and that will thin it right out. Mix it back up, try it again, okay? So what you're ending up with is your nice, wonderful smoothie. So this, again, Frosty orange smoothie. It does taste similar to an orange Julius, but without that sugar high, right? So that's kind of what we're going for. So this is it. I hope that you try this out. If you do, let me know what you think. And I know this is going to be a winner in your house. And again, those sprouts usually can be bought right at a grocery store, so it's super easy. All right, guys, so cheers, and I hope you have a wonderful day.